Right, so I've now come to the B48s in the centre of Folkestone, next door to Sainsbury's, and with me is Lisa.
Hello.
Now, can you tell me what sorts of things, you've got a big sign up on the window saying it's Breastfeeding Awareness Week. What things are going on here to bring people awareness around to breastfeeding this week?
Basically, we're just putting the knowledge out there that it is okay to breastfeed. We've got things about why exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months is important, and the benefits you get from that. Now it's illegal to actually be told to stop feeding in public, so we're trying to push that so more mums actually are aware that that's the case now, and just supporting the mums actually in their journey. Really, we're just trying to.
Have you got any special things happening this week?
Yes, on Thursday we're extending our breastfeeding group and doing a picnic in here, so an indoor picnic, because obviously you can't guarantee the weather, so we thought we'd do it here, which we're not solely doing for just our breastfeeding mums. We're actually inviting our pregnant mums as well, so they can actually start making bonds with people before they have their children, which here we believe is important, so then they can feel comfortable to ask questions as soon as they've had their baby, because they already know us.
So what sort of questions do you find them asking? These are the pregnant mums, the ones who haven't had any experience of breastfeeding and can't give it a go yet. What sort of questions are they asking about breastfeeding?
We get a lot of, is it going to hurt? We get a lot of, how do I do it? We get a lot of, what positions should I feed in? You know, all these, and breastfeeding bras as well, we get asked about those. Just anything that they're not sure on, we just try and cover, but a majority of it is it going to hurt?
And how do you answer that one? Because from my experience, yes, it did, quite a lot.
We try and put it down to that, obviously, if it does hurt, generally it's down to the position of the baby, is what we've obviously been trained to help with. But obviously we are aware that there are other issues, i.e. tongue ties and things like that. So we generally say, unless there is a medical problem, it generally would be down to the position of baby. So if that is an issue for you, come along and we'll try and help you find a position that suits you and baby. So
how do you tackle that keep calm, carry on breastfeeding thing, where people were trying to raise awareness and to show that actually it's okay to feed your baby in public? How do you get around that message?
We've had the bags and the mugs here for a while, but I don't think a lot of even the mums actually realised what the campaign was all about. I think they just thought it was a bit of fun, because that was at the time it came out. There was a lot of that. So now what we've done is we've got all the posters up, so we're going to flow with those, and we've got the information on what the campaign was all about, so we're going to pass that information on to them, you know, the reasons behind it and why it is actually, you shouldn't actually get moved now to, shouldn't get told to you can't feed in public, because it is actually a legal thing now. So
talk me through what the campaign was actually about.
From what we've actually been told and what we find out about it is you shouldn't, anywhere you are in public, unless it's a social environment, say an all-male group of something, you know, a charity or any work environment, that it is all-male environment, they shouldn't be telling you to stop feeding your baby. It's
because people actually were telling women to stop feeding their babies.
They still are. We still get them. We still get our mums coming in here purely because the cafes don't want them feeding. Even the cafes now, they're being made to feel uncomfortable feeding in certain places, or being told to go in a toilet. It's still happening. So because we're still experiencing that here, we wanted to actually make these mums aware that they're not supposed to be doing this to them. They shouldn't be being told this.
So what can a mum do who is trying to feed her baby and she's being told, actually, no, please, you need to be doing that in the loo, or we don't want you doing that here? What can that mum say to the cafe owner or someone like that? How can you empower somebody to say, actually, that's against the law in the nicest possible way?
Well, I'm not actually sure how. I mean, I suppose each mum's independent and can do it how they wish, but basically, you know, they can say, look, I know my rights more than you do. I know I'm allowed to do this. You can't actually physically make me do this because it is against the law.
There was a campaign, certainly last year, where there was a load of stickers which were going around businesses in Folkestone which were saying, you know, breastfeeding is welcome, and is there still that feeling around Folkestone, or are more and more cafes sort of taking on that attitude?
I mean, as for the stickers, I mean, we've got them up because they were more a point for their mums to be able to recognise a place where they can go and breastfeed, as far as I was aware. So obviously if someone's got that up in the window, the mum's assumption would be that they are allowed to feed there. So
do you find more businesses are taking on those stickers, or is that kind of fizzled out?
Well, we noticed that the cafe over the road there didn't have one, so we actually went over and asked them their reviews on it. And they said, "Yep, we're fine with it." So we actually passed them one, so they've actually got one up for us. So, because obviously we can't be here every day, and we would like for our mums, if they are caught short, because where they'd normally come here, and are caught short, not being able to go and feed a baby, to know there is a safe place for them, and they've obviously stepped up and said, yeah, we'll do that for you. So it's quite nice to know that, yes, they are still. The one thing that we are as well going to try and do is we would like to get a list of every place in Folkestone that is pro breastfeeding and that you are allowed to go into, and put that into a document. And because obviously we've got our new website now, it's all been revamped, so we've got our new, which is up-to-date information and about our breastfeeding. We'd like to get that on there, so the mums also are going to be aware where they can and can't go. So that's something we would like to tackle here. I know when Sarah Paul was about, she had the document, but obviously she had it and it was a bit out of date now because some of the places have gone. So we'd actually here like to reinstate that for mums, so they are aware where they can and can't go. So that's something we want to do in the future.
That's brilliant. You say you talk to a lot of new mums, or a lot of pregnant mums. How do you get over that the kind of Little Britain moment and ooh bitty, and how people kind of think, oh, you know, they look at breastfeeding and they think, oh, that's wrong, or you're breastfeeding an 18-year-old and, you know, that's just weird, that's just wrong. How do you get over that it's not weird?
I don't know. I mean, I'm still breastfeeding. My daughter's 2.5 now. I think personal experience from doing it helps a lot. If you actually say to the mum, I'm still feeding, it's not wrong. It's not a wrong thing to do. You know, I don't know. It seems to help when I talk to them, just to let them know that I'm still feeding. And it's not everyone that's anti. I mean, I went to my doctor's the other day and I needed painkillers, and he actually said, are you still feeding? I said, yes. I know, she's 2.5. And he said, actually, no, it's good. My niece fed until she was 4. So it's not everybody, and not everyone's opinion is the same. But I think to actually use your personal experiences and that you have fed, and to make it more normal for them, that it is a normal thing to do. And if you are doing it post 6 months, post 1, no one should be questioning it. No one should be going to this, it's bitty. I think it definitely made an impact, like you say, but we definitely try and nurture them. And
I was going to say, can it be turned into a positive thing, to show that actually breastfeeding is the norm, and therefore that family was continuing to do it?
Well, I'd hope so. I mean, I don't think I want to feed until my daughter's 18, personally. But, you know, it should be. Yeah, it should be definitely more normal. Breastfeeding is normal.